Hi YouTubers, it's Smoking S787 again. I thought I'd make another video today. I'm not sure why, but I thought I'd make another video today. So, this is going to be another one of my videos where I ramble on for a long time. Probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. So, if you're not into watching me ramble on for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, then don't watch this video. I don't want any hate comments. Just turn off the video right now, and you won't have to listen to my loud mouth for 15 minutes or whatever. So, you've been warned. Okay, so let me adjust this camera. I'm always worried the camera's going to not be straight. And I apologize if the lighting is off. There's really nothing I can do about it. If I turn off the light, then you won't be able to see me at all. So this is better than nothing. And I don't want to just hold the camera because I'll be talking for a while. Excuse me. So this video is going to be it's going to be a health related topic. But not really a health related topic. Ignore the noise in the background. Not really a health related topic. More of a no. That was my brother. Sorry. I don't like when I get interrupted. So probably should have a sign on my door that says "Don't interrupt me." Okay. So anyway, on to the topic. This topic is just a general thing that I've been wondering about, and it's something that you could help me with by sending me some information about it. It's very loud in the background, so that's why I'm kind of squinting. So, as you know, pipe smoking, cigar smoking is not healthy for you, and there are risks. So, I've always, tried to stay healthy otherwise. But again, this is not going to be a really health-related video. I guess it's going to be a health-related video. It's not going to be a real health-related video. It's going to be more of an information video. I try to find studies about pipe and cigar smoking on the internet. Like, what are the risks, how great the risks are of pipe and cigar smoking, that kind of stuff. The problem I find is when I do research about pipe and cigar smoking on the internet, I never find a study that really fits me. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Well, a study that really fits me, fits my person, my smoking rate, my risk. When I look up studies on the internet about pipe and cigar smoking, and Cal Smoking Pipe Dreams has definitely said this before, I used to usually find studies on people who inhale cigars and pipes. I was looking up, it was probably about a year ago, I was looking up, maybe a little less, studies on cigar smoking and health, and I found a study done on cigar smoking and health, and it was about cigar smokers who inhaled. First off, why the hell would you inhale a cigar? I can see inhaling like a Black and Mild or a Swisher Sweet to get that ammonia buzz from it. But that's different. A Black and Mild or a Swisher Sweet is more of a cigarillo. Why would you inhale a handmade cigar like a Cohiba or Monte Cristo or like Opus X? Why would you inhale that? It just puzzles me that so many studies that are done on the internet are about people who inhale cigars and pipes. So I do research on the internet. I don't really do it regularly, but every now and then I like to look up studies on pipe and cigar smoking and health. And I always find these studies. They're done. It's either about people who are inhaling cigars and pipes, or are smoking, excessively, who are chain smokers who smoke like 10 pipes a day or 20 cigars, whatever, like Sigmund Freud did. Or it's about people who combine pipes and cigarettes, or cigars and cigarettes. I never find a study that really fits my person. As you know, I've been smoking just over 2.5 years. I started when I was 18. And I have smoked cigarettes, but I don't smoke them anymore. I only smoke between 1 and, at the most, 3 rolls of pipe tobacco a day. And I smoke the most 1 cigar a day. I never, ever, ever, ever inhale. So, I can't find a study done on what I'm trying to say is I can't find a study on the internet on moderate pipe smokers / cigar smokers who don't inhale, who are not cigarette smokers, who take good care of their body otherwise, you know, go to the doctor regularly, that kind of stuff. All I find is pipe smokers who are incredibly unhealthy, obese, well, not really, but you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying. I never find a study that would be done on, like, my perspective. A moderate pipe and cigar study. I have found one. The problem with that one study is, that study was done by a tobacco company, which can twist things a little bit because, you know, it was done by not a tobacco company, but it was done by a website that sells Meerschaum pipes. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that study. Pipe Friend talked about it a lot, or talked about it in one video. So, they said in that study that pipe smokers live longer than regular non-smokers. I have heard that. That pipe and cigar smoking can extend your life. Which is weird because, you know, pipe and cigar smoking, it, you know, can cause cancer also. But, I never find any studies that are about moderate cigar and pipe smokers who don't inhale, who don't smoke cigarettes, and who are healthy otherwise. Now, am I healthy otherwise? Well, I have other points in my life where I'm not really that healthy. I mean, I probably eat too much. I'm a little overweight, but look at me. I mean, I'm not morbidly obese, but I like a lot of fatty foods and that kind of stuff. I don't eat a lot, but I mean, just in the last couple of years, I have started to eat more than I used to. But the point is, I'm not grossly obese, so I think if you were doing a study on pipe smokers who were very overweight, might be associated with like heart disease or something like that, I think I wouldn't qualify because I'm not grossly obese. The point is, I really don't know what kind of risk I'm taking. I mean, I know the general idea of what pipe and cigar smoking can cause negativity. Tongue-tied. I know the general idea of, you know, what pipe and cigar smoking can cause to your health. I know that pipe and cigar smoking can cause cancer. I know it can cause heart disease. I know it can cause cardiovascular disease. But I don't know the exact risk. Like, for example, if you were to compare me to a cigarette smoker, and cigarette smokers, 99% of them inhale. You will find that 99% of cigarette smokers inhale. So if you were to compare me to a cigarette smoker, in terms of my risk of, say, heart disease, I want to know, say, cigarette smoker has X number of risks of heart disease, and a pipe and cigar smoker who doesn't inhale and smokes moderately has this number of risks of heart disease. I mean, it doesn't worry me. I know there's a risk to it. There's a risk to everything. There's a risk to getting in somebody's car and driving. There's a risk to, you know, eating food that has been processed. There's a risk to everything. But, so it doesn't worry me. It doesn't keep me awake at night. But I would like to know more information about it. I've never found a study that really is done by a medical group studying pipe and cigar smokers who don't inhale. I'm just saying this over and over again, okay. So, the point is, I don't know what the risk is. So, if you, as a viewer, know of a study that shows, you know, this is the risk for pipe and cigar smokers who don't inhale, who smoke a moderate amount, who don't smoke cigarettes, that I would love to know. Please personal message me, send me links, send me links because I really want to know. I've been trying to research for a couple of years now. I can't find any studies. Oh yeah, I often lose my track of thought, so I was trying to remember there were two topics I wanted to talk about. Another theory is the reason why there aren't studies, or many studies, if there are studies, about pipe and cigar smokers who are moderate. One theory is the reason the medical community does not want to study pipe and cigar smokers who are moderate and don't inhale and don't smoke cigarettes is because they are afraid. They are afraid, and I agree with this. I agree with this, definitely. They are afraid if they study pipe and cigar smokers who are moderate and don't inhale and don't smoke cigarettes, they are afraid they will find out that pipe and cigar smoking done in moderation is actually not that bad for you. Or not nearly as bad as they thought. That would cause a huge, huge controversy if that ever hit the fan. That would cause a huge controversy. Oh my god, pipe and cigar smoking is actually not that bad for you. Oh my god, we can't let our kids hear that. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about. It would just totally piss the fuck out of the anti-smoking crowd, excuse my language. It would just totally piss the hell out of the anti-smoking crowd if they found out about that. So that's why I speculate they don't study low-risk smokers, because they don't want to. Not only do they not want to piss off the anti-smoking crowd, but they would be shocked. They'd be like, "Oh my God, pipe and cigar smoking done in moderation and not inhaled, and combined with no other tobacco products is actually not that bad for you. Oh my God, we can't let our kids hear that." Da 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 da. That's one of the theories, is why pipe and cigar smoking has not been studied in moderation. So that's one theory. Another thing I wanted to discuss is another YouTube pipe presenter, Geoffrey the Giant. This is very interesting. He did a survey for a medical community, or some kind of medical survey on the internet. I hope he doesn't mind them mentioning this. He asked about, how much do you exercise, how much do you, do you eat well, that kind of stuff. Then it mentioned, do you smoke? And, it said, first of all, cigarettes, and, he said, well, I probably had a couple of dozen cigarettes in my life, but I don't smoke them ever, regularly, or at all. So he put no cigarettes. Then, asked how many cigars do you smoke a day? He said, well, I smoke a cigar every single day, but I do smoke cigars on occasion. So he put less than one cigar a day. Then I said, how many bowls of pipe tobacco do you smoke a day? And he said, well, my current smoking rate is probably 1 to 2 bowls a day. So he put 1 to 2 bowls a day. And they probably asked about smokeless tobacco also, but obviously he doesn't use smokeless tobacco like chew or dip. So, anyway, so he got his results. And, obviously those medical studies, those surveys, any kind of survey will be like, this is for, like, exercise, for example. That's very good, good, moderate, not so good, bad, terrible. It'll rate it, on a scale. And it said for his tobacco use, which is less than 1 cigar a day, no cigarettes, 1 to 2 bowls of pipe tobacco a day, was actually healthy. It was actually what they would consider low risk. They actually consider that low risk. Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. I would really, really like to know where they got those statistics from. I'm not sure where they got those statistics from. Because every single study that I've read is about propaganda, this and that. Where in the world did that medical community, I forget what the name of it was, get that statistic to say smoking 1 to 2 bowls of pipe tobacco, 1 to 2 bowls of pipe tobacco a day, excuse me, or less than 1 cigar a day is actually not that risky. I would really, really, really like to know. Yeah. So, very interesting. Very interesting. So, what else? I mean, I know there's less of a risk to cigar and pipe smoking than there's cigarette smoking, because first of all, good cigars and good pipe tobacco doesn't have any additives to it, or any chemicals like formaldehyde or fiberglass, that kind of stuff. So, I know that I'm not, first of all, you're not breathing into your lungs, so I know there's less of a risk automatically because there's no added chemicals. I mean, tobacco smoke still contains chemicals when you burn it, but there's, no added chemicals. So, I mean, I know there's automatically it's less harmful because there's no added chemicals added to it, but I'm not sure how less harmful it would be. I mean, obviously the best thing to do would be not to smoke in general, but if you're already smoking and you want to know the risks, then where do you go? Just tell me. Is there a website out there that's not run by a tobacco company, that's not propaganda? Please tell me. And I mean, I try to get info from some of the YouTube presenters, the pipe presenters on YouTube. I did a video in July about what health changes have I noticed so far, if any. And the silent puffer, aka Big Papa Mike, sorry, did a response. But I really can't rely on, sorry to him, but I really can't rely on his response because he's also a cigarette smoker. Yes, he smokes pipes, and he, wants to smoke cigars, but he's also a cigarette smoker. So, I really can't rely on that. Like a lot of when he was doing his video, his response to my health question, he was like, well, you breathe a little heavier as a cigarette smoker, you get a morning cough, over time you get a hard time breathing, that kind of stuff. That doesn't really apply to me, because I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't inhale, so what else? I mean, that really can't apply to me. I did watch the Modern Marvels tobacco episode on YouTube, which was taken down for a copyright complaint, but it was up for a couple months. I mean, they did general stuff about health on that Modern Marvels episode. And if somebody knows a link to a website where I can watch that TV show again, please tell me. I want to watch that TV show again. It was a great episode of Modern Marvels. Basically, a lot of that TV show focused on cigarettes again, because cigarettes are the dominant form of tobacco, and most people smoke cigarettes, so the vast majority of people smoke cigarettes. So it's just natural they would focus mainly on cigarettes. So, they didn't do anything on roll your own tobacco. They didn't do anything on nasal snuff or the electronic cigarette or the hookah. But that had some great stuff. They had some great stuff on cigarettes, cigars, pipes, and Q-dip and snus. And they talked about the health effects. Of course, cigarettes being the big killer in tobacco. They talked about how bad cigarettes were for you, how good it is to quit, all that kind of stuff. They talked about cigars and pipes, the health effects, and I was interested in that because I mainly smoke cigars and pipes. Talked about how pipe smoking and cigar smoking carries risk of oral and esophageal cancer, but it carries far lower lung cancer rates than cigarettes, which is something I already know. They didn't really talk about how Like, they didn't differ between cigarette smokers. I mean, they didn't differ between pipe and cigar smokers who smoked excessively and pipe and cigar smokers who smoked, moderate amount, It also said habitually inhale, meaning that a lot of the pipe and cigar smokers they were talking about do inhale at some point, but they don't inhale all the time. So, again, you really can't rely on that study. I've been rambling on for so long now, but anyway, I'm going to end this video now. If there's any study you know of that studies moderate pipe smokers who don't inhale, who don't smoke cigarettes, who are healthy otherwise, for the most part, please personal message me a link of it. I will do something special for you. I'm not sure what. Please personal message me a link. I would really like to know. But I doubt you'll find it. I doubt you'll find a link to that, or a website that studies that, because they don't want to study those people. Excuse me. I bet if I went to a doctor right now and said, could you do a study on me and my friends who are moderate pipe smokers, who don't inhale, who don't smoke cigarettes, who are healthy otherwise, who are moderate pipe smokers, whatever, I bet he or she would say no. Because I think he or she would say, no, we're nervous about studying those people because we're not sure what kind of results we would get. It's like what I said before. If they studied pipe and cigar smokers who are moderate, they would probably find out it is actually not that bad for you. It's still a risk, but it's probably not much more risky than breathing in city air or eating the processed food that we eat regularly at McDonald's and Burger King, whatever. It's probably actually not that risky. And that would piss the anti-smoking crowd off so much you wouldn't even believe it. Peace out, bye. Give me any links you can. Bye.